everyone, it's really nice to be back. Today we're going to start retaking a little bit what we dropped a couple of weeks ago before we started with our Earth Day project. We were working with analogous colors and complementary colors. So just let me freshen up our memories a little bit, okay? So for our project, what we're going to be needing is coloring pencils that are our primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and our secondary colors, green, violet, and orange. Okay? Also, we're going to need a plain legal size bond paper, some scissors, an eraser, a pencil, a good sharpener, and a black marker. Okay? So, we're going to refresh our memory a little bit about what we were working about, analogous colors and complementary colors. But to start up, let's talk about our primary colors that are red, yellow, and blue. Right? Red, yellow, and blue. And mixing up blue and yellow, we have green. Mixing up red and yellow, we have orange. And mixing up red and blue, we have violet. So, when we were talking about analogous colors and complementary colors, our analogous colors were the ones that were neighbors. Remember, they were right next to each other. Like yellow and orange are analogous colors. Orange and red are analogous. Red and purple are analogous. And our complementary colors are purple, or violet and yellow, green and red, blue and orange. So we're going to start working again with a little bit of, let's put a little bit of fun into this project. So for today, what we're going to do is we're going to start working on our monsters. Okay? So as you can see, blue and orange are complementary. So what we're going to do is our blue monster with an orange background. Also, red and green. Our red monster with a green background. And also, yellow and violet. Our yellow and our violet. Okay? You can see over here in our monsters, you can see a blue monster, a red monster, and a yellow monster, right? These are primary colors. That's why we put them as our basic form. And our background comes to be our secondary colors that are orange, green, and purple. For this project, what we're going to start doing is, just give me a sec. We have our paper, full size, and what we're going to do is fold it in half, just like this. We're going to grab our scissors and we're just going to cut this halfway through. Okay, so once we have our half, save this half for next class, okay? We're going to use only this half of our paper and we're going to fold it in 3. So you can see over here what I'm doing. I'm not bending this edge yet. What I'm going to do is try to find an equal size, this equal share of same measurements for all 3 drawings. Not quite there. Then we press, just like that. So when I unfold my paper, I'm going to have 3 squares, right? So once we have our 3 squares, I'm just going to turn this around. I just needed this so I can have equal sizes for my drawings. Now, we're going to work also based on surfaces. We're going to have a centered frame. We're going to have a left size picture and a right one. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to start with the center one. First of all, we're going to do like a little happy face. Let me just zoom this in a little bit so you can see better. There we go. So what we're going to do is draw this first edge over here. So what we're going to do is from this side to this side, we're going to do like a little smile. Like that. Now we're going to do the lower jaw right there. And then we're going to do like a little semicircle there. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is, in this edge over here, we're going to start drawing its teeth. Always go from the center, that way you can make a nice sharp teeth for your monster. Just like that. Now we're going to go the other way around. And we're going to draw just one more. There we go. Now the monster has a nose. So we're going to draw our nose. And it has eyes. And we're just going to... There you go. So we have our first monster. Then we're going to turn into the other drawing over here. It's the same, but we're going to grab our smile. It's going to come from over here to this side, okay? So do our little half smile there. We are going to make his chin. You can draw its teeth right now if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. We can do another big one here, just to make the monsters look a little bit different. There, now we're going to do its upper jaw there. We're going to make his nose, and I'm going to make bigger eyes. This one's going to look kind of crazy. It's going to do right there. And our third monster goes at the other edge. So we're going to draw a smile over here, its chin. Let's draw its teeth. All your monsters don't have to be identical. They can have their own personality. It depends on you. Okay, so I have my 3 monsters already drawn. Now, what are we going to do? Once I have these, I'm going to pass them with a marker. I'm using a thin marker, but you can use a thicker one if you want. There we go. Just your eyes and the nose can be colored black. There's no problem with that. There we go. So I'm already done with my first monster. I already passed the marker through. And now what I'm going to do is gently, with my eraser, and I'm going to erase really carefully all the pencil lines I had, because if not, once you start coloring them, your pencil's going to show, and you don't want to do that. When you're coming right to the edges, when you're coming all this way over here, try putting your fingers like this. One pressed down here and one pressed here. That way you won't move your sheet and it won't break, because sometimes it can just be messy. So be careful and just put your fingers there to make some pressure on your paper, so that way the paper won't move. Okay, so first part of our monster is done, and now we have to do the nice part that's coloring. So what we're going to do right now, first primary color that I'm going to take, I'm going to use a primary color, obviously. That is going to be blue. And my complementary color would be, let's see if you guys know, what would be my complementary color? My complementary color would be blue with orange. Why is that? Because they are next door neighbors, blue and orange. So I'm going to grab my blue and I'm going to start coloring. Now you can see over here, there's a difference. You can see that my orange is really dark and my blue is light, right? So what I'm going to ask you guys is to really, when you're coloring, don't use pressure, but at the same time, I don't want white spaces. So you have to be really, really neat in coloring and not coming into your teeth, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go on the lines, follow the lines over here. You can see I'm just using a same pressure for my pencil. I'm not pressing hard on it. I'm really doing it lightly, almost no pressure in my pencil. But even though I'm not putting pressure into my pencil, I'm not leaving any white spaces. There we go. Make sure that you're working on a really flat surface. That way there are no bumps in your coloring, and you can have like little marks, little dark marks. So try being careful and having a clean table where you're working on, or a really, really flat surface, okay? There we go. So, our blue monster, here, not ready yet. Okay, there. My blue monster is already colored, well, at least almost. Just making sure there are no white spaces, or at least it's even colored. Okay, so I have my blue monster here. Now, what would be the color that comes with my blue? Which is my complementary color for my blue? My complementary color for my blue is orange. So I'm gonna work with red coloring pencil or orange coloring pencil. Now, differently working with the orange is what I was telling you guys. Now, with my blue, I use low pressure on my pencil, right? So what I'm gonna do is underline or go through the lines with my orange. And you can see probably with my, you can take a look at my hand. I'm using a lot of pressure on the pencil. I'm doing a really dark shade. complementary colors are blue and orange, red and green, yellow and violet. And at the same time, on our primary colors, we used a really soft pressure on our pencil. You can see very nicely that I didn't go over my drawing. All the white spaces are white. I don't have white spaces in between my colors. And in my secondary color, my orange over here, I did a really hard press on the color, and it's really dark, and I don't have either way white spaces. The same thing in my second combination of complementary colors are green and red. I did the same thing. And in my third color, the same, yellow and violet. I hope you enjoyed this project. Have fun. Can't wait to see you post these in my platform. Hugs and kisses for everybody. Until next time.